It's been a little minute. It's been a little minute. It's been a little minute. All right, quick little rundown. Where I've been, what's been going on, why I haven't been live. All right, so quick little rundown. I had a lot of stuff pop up. I guess personal like stuff pop up. My car got fucked up, and also I'm fucking been so. I haven't been all there, so I haven't been able to upload. So I want to be able to upload for you guys and be all there and be able to fucking be putting good content out and not putting out like bullshit. I don't want to put out content that you guys aren't gonna like. So that's where I've been most of the time. But this podcast, I wanted to kind of just go through. This isn't going to be an hour podcast. It's probably going to be like a 20-30 minute podcast. So it's nothing going to be crazy. Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm happy to be back a little bit. I do got a vlog I'm trying to get out, but the problem is I've been having a lot of issues with my GoPro, so we're gonna have to try to get that worked out, get that coming up here soon. Hopefully this next weekend or this weekend I'll be able to have that vlog out. But so my thing is, do you believe everything they're saying? I apologize for the loud ass sirens in the background, but my my whole thing is do you believe everything that everybody's been saying? So the reason why I'm saying this, and this I'll go more in depth in this in like a different podcast when I'm not like super busy, because obviously you guys can see I'm in my car. So pretty much what I mean is, do you believe that the the world, because I know people have their own like beliefs and stuff like that. Like the people believe, for example, what's a good example? All right, let's do um a perfect example would be like this can, for example, right? And I would say let's say this can is the earth, right? This part right here, this is the earth, right? So what my idea, and this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about, and it's gonna sound crazy at first until I can really get into depths, but I'm just gonna kind of just spit out what I think, let you guys know after. So my idea is this is the earth, right? This is the earth. So people always have the idea of having like the flat earth theory, which I don't believe in the flat earth theory at all. They have like these different theories where there's like a place under the earth where there's like all these, crazy things. And this is what they talk about in like a lot of their theories and stuff like that. But for my theory, right? So what my theory is, this is the earth, right? This is the earth. But imagine if they were lying to you and telling you that the earth is so small, right? This earth is however big. Like you look at like the earth on a globe and you look at it and then you look at a picture of the world like with like when they're out of space, they look nothing identical. They look nothing identical. Now, my question is the world bigger than what we perceive it as? Or is it just that we are so clueless to any of that we're not going to be able to figure that out or whatever. But I really think that the world, and not my opinion, is that the world's bigger than what it is. So now what I'm saying is, so you guys see how the outer part of this outer part is how big the earth is, right? God damn it. So the reason why I say that, now it sounds stupid. Like I said, it sounds stupid and I can't really get into too much depth, right? And I appreciate everybody that's here. But this next podcast, I'm going to give you more in depth, and it's going to make a lot more sense. But you need to understand that if you look at the different continents in the world, like they are technically a lot more bigger than what they are on the map. Like if you look at the world and you look at like the actual like square feet of every country and all that, still it does not match up to what the earth size is. So the problem is that I don't believe that the earth is like super small like it'd be saying whatever. So that's my whole thing is and now the reason why I'm saying that is because imagine if aliens, instead of there being aliens where like aliens are coming from a different planet, and we've already like talked about this, probably people already talked about this, but what if there's like more more engineered, more stronger, more smarter people that are people instead of it being aliens? Like, has anybody ever thought about that? Or is like everybody just, am I just alone on this? Because it doesn't make any sense. And I look, I believe that there's a higher power, right? I'm not saying that there's not a God, right? But my thing is that I feel like people have been around for a lot more longer than what people say, right? For like, if you look in history, you look at just like the human, right? The human race, there was other different species of humans, like subhumans that we used to live with. And just like animals, they're all pretty much extinct, right? But then you have your people that have these genes, or they are a lot more bigger or a lot more smaller than other people, right? So my whole thing is that there's proof of being other types of humans, right? Like human subspecies, or species of humans where they're not existing no more, right? In this example, you got dwarfs and you got people that have giantism as a like a disease, or then and they call them a disease, right? Why would they call them a disease if they're just a normal person? Technically, there's nothing really super wrong with them, except for the fact of they have a different type of genes than most other people. Like, there's nothing wrong with them. They are perfectly healthy. They can operate like a normal human. They might not be able to do certain things as other people can, but they're all considered humans, right? So my thing is what if the world's bigger than what it perceives as, right? As it's being shown, because of the fact of, if you think about it, where are the top people? Like, if you go to the top of the top, right, of the governments and all that, right? Who the fuck is on the very top controlling and telling all these, governments or whatever, to allow them to be able to do these things? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I get that people are going to be like, oh, well, then you have the tree, for example, in the United States. You have these different branches over in just other countries, and most other countries aren't run basically by like, what is that called? I don't want to miss whatever word it, but like, there's a lot of foreign countries that do not rely on the same types of freedoms as the United States, right? But I don't know. The reason why I'm saying is that there's people that control the people that whatever, is because it wouldn't make sense for them to make these plans and be able to execute them without having a higher knowledge than what we already have. Because, example, we're using AI to say, oh, we are figuring out these things. When we figured out AI, we created AI, were able to create that, make it into a humanoid, I guess, type thing, right? Because that's how they're trying to make them. They're trying to make them as close as they can people, so they can be able to rely on them more than people. That's what it's like looking like. Not saying that they're going to take over, because I don't believe AI is a factor of where we're going to have to worry about too much, unless they put too much power into the AI's, like, you know, hands. You know what I'm saying? Um, See, the thing is, look, and I get it. Look, and I want everybody to understand. Look, I believe that there's a higher power. I believe that there's a God, right? I believe that there is, but I don't believe in like how everybody else believes. I believe that there is a higher power, but they are a higher power for a reason, right? I don't believe that the God that they perceive in a lot of things, like books and all that, to the history, all in a lot of different cases, I don't believe that they are telling the whole truth, because it doesn't make any sense. Because, example, now the reason why I'm saying is that the Earth could be bigger than what it is because geographically, the world wouldn't make sense if it is how small it is. And you go outside of you go into space. And I want to ask people, when have you ever seen a live feed ever of the whole Earth? I would love to know. I would love to know. I would love to know when somebody has a full video of where they're not hiding, skipping, or missing any parts of the Earth. Now, the only reason I'm saying that is because, like I said, the Earth is geographically bigger in certain areas, including like fucking North America, South America are two different sizes than what they should be on the map. And also you go to Russia, fucking China, all those certain places. A lot of those places are a lot more smaller or bigger than what they are perceived on the globe, right? You cannot tell me that there's not possibly spots in the world where we've never discovered, that we are not just discovered, that we're not allowed to discover or be able to see, because of the fact of, if you have a more, like, a more better, stronger, and smarter, more evolved people, like actual human beings, they're going to be able to not allow people like, example, us, who are technically peasants in like eyes of those people, because it's the same way that people of fame, people that are famous, they're going to look down at us, right? Like, they're going to look down at people that don't have as much money, don't have as much whatever. They're looking at us like ants, right? Like, or that's how it's perceived, right? Not saying I don't know, because I don't know how fucking rich people feel or how the fuck whatever. But what I'm saying is that we are always feeling like we're in a matrix. We're always feeling like we're always stuck, like we're always doing like a loop, and we're always just doing this, that, and the third, where it's always feeling like someone's controlling us. Now, that's my whole reason for me believing that there is a something, obviously something more powerful being able to control, the human whatever. So that's my thing, and that's what I wanted to kind of get across. Now, the reason I've done a lot of research, and there's proof that there's land out there that people have discovered that have different species of animals, different species of, you know, fucking mammals, amphibians, all types of stuff. And also they've discovered different people. They found different people. Example, when they went onto the Sentinel Island and they had no clue people were on this island. And example, there's probably hundreds of islands, because how many undiscovered islands are there left? You see what I'm saying? Like, there's not a lot of land that's undiscovered in the world, because the fact of, we can go scan over a place, discover it, and then go there and then be able to boom, get everything. So I don't know. My whole thing is that I don't believe what the government is saying about the world, on how big it is and what the fuck's going on. Because honestly, look, if why would we build nukes, use them one time, and never try to use them again, but yet make powerful nukes that are the size of this fucking coffee cup, that can blow up the whole Dallas metro area, gone, with a fucking thing like this. Like, and they're using biochemical whatever the fuck to be able to make these things. And I'm not saying, oh, they're using alien technology and all this, that, and the third. No, because of the fact of, I think, right, whatever technology that they figured out and use over years and time makes sense for them, right? For a human race, right? It would make sense. But if you have a stronger race of humans that are able to control what you're doing, right? You're not going to be able to reach their level. You're not going to be able to reach their high of thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be as smart as these higher, more evolved people, because if they've been around for billions and millions of years, right? If there's these type of people, if right, then it is almost impossible to say that we've only been here for thousands of years. Like, and the thing is, only what that is, how does the world go through so many changes, and there's not one speck of life that gets to exist, that has stand here since whatever time, but yet we keep talking about that there's, like, when was the beginning of time? Because technically, if we're talking about the earth went through so many changes before it was actually what it is now, that we have no possibility of knowing what happened how many years ago. But if we have, and plus it's weird that we have all this information about space and all this stuff, but then we don't have any information about the ocean. like we haven't gone super deep in the ocean, but yet we've gone to different planets, like way out of reach, but yet we have something in our fucking atmosphere that we can't even get into and discover, like fully be able to discover the whole, like what's underneath here, right? That under the water, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I just really don't understand how a lot of people think with this shit. I don't want to really, because it's my opinion. I really don't care. Um, except for the fact of like, if you have an honest, like good, like fight to be able to point out where I'm wrong. And look, I can grab proof. And this is obviously going to take me a little bit more time because I have looked at this information over years of me sitting here coming up with a theory, with a like idea of whatever. But that was just only on the fact of I was trying to see like where I'm at. I wanted to feel like I could believe in something. I wanted to be able to believe in something because I lost something to me not like super long ago where you lose a lot when you lose somebody, but when it's something that somebody and something that you love so much and you lose it and you have nothing, you want to have a reason to want to keep going. So the whole thing is too is that people forget when you are looking for somebody or something or somebody to look for to be able to like help you, to not praise you either, to not believe in you either, you're just looking for some type of help, and you're sitting there and you're like, okay, is God the answer? Is God the answer? Right? You're going to ask questions, and that's the thing, is that people stop asking questions. And now I'm just being the person that's just asking questions, right? But I don't know. Like I said, it's gonna be a short podcast, and that's gonna be crazy. I just really wanted to get my point across, and it's been a long time before I went live. I was supposed to learn a little bit of language and stuff like that. Um, I will say I appreciate everybody that has came in here. I just, bro, I've been just so busy. I just fucking have so much going on. But I mean, anybody that's willing to go check out the channel, hey, I appreciate you. We've been really grinding out. Also on like car stuff, we're about to get that going. We haven't been get posting a lot, like I said, because I got a vlog I've been trying to upload, ain't been working. So, but yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like by next time I'm live, I'm gonna most definitely go point by point of breaking down of like why I believe that there is uh Earth bigger than Earth, right? Because it just doesn't make any sense, right? There's certain places on Earth that it doesn't make any sense. And I just want to be the person to kind of like speak my mind. I just feel like a lot of people don't speak their minds no more. I don't get it. Like I feel like a lot of people are just scared of what everybody really thinks about them. And the only people I care about that thinks about me is my fiance and my brother. And those are the only two people I really got. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's all that matters, right? And I mean, I'm not saying that I'm gonna go do some bad shit, not care what anybody else thinks. No, that's me saying that I understand what I have, right? I got my two people, you feel me? And I care about them deeply, so I understand, I fucking I care about what they say compared to if I was having somebody else talk to me that I ain't have no clue of, but they were trying to sit there and say example like I'm not doing good enough, I'm not doing this and stuff. I'm not gonna care about that as much as if one of those people tell me because they know me more than anybody, right? But like I said, I don't have a lot of people around here. I'm not gonna sit here and whatever, right? But that's where it came to the whole thing of me asking questions of why, why, right? So I don't know. And this is not me trying to cut in and be like, oh, bringing up my own self stuff. No, I'm just trying to bring in the fact, like a little bit of like understanding of where I'm coming from. And I know I don't have a lot of time, so I'm not gonna be sitting here going too into depth. But I don't know. Also, trying to make the podcast a little bit more fun. I just gotta get the podcast going. I am going to be doing more lives of just random shit though. I really want to go live and start doing some fun stuff. Um, yeah, but pretty much that's it. I mean, I got some more music and stuff like that I'm planning on dropping. I've been just really just trying to run you guys up, trying to get to 1,500 subscribers, trying to just keep the grind up, and also just trying to put my information out there. I didn't get to put my main information out there because, bro, like when you're trying to sit here and like trying to explain like what I just said, pretty much, and bro, it's hard to even explain it right now yet because I'm still like I'm busy, so it's a little bit harder. I don't have my paperwork and stuff that I have written on. It's I don't know. It's a lot. So I mean, I don't know. I'm happy that you like anybody that did pop up showed up. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to check out the next live to like make sure you guys catching up on what I'm talking about or more information on it, go check it out. When I go live, make sure you put the notifications button on so you guys know when I'm live. And also I'm probably gonna be dropping that new vlog, like I said, in a week or two. So and that one's gonna be more car workout vlog. So that's gonna be fun. I don't know. I hope that you guys like that. Yeah, pretty much other than that, I don't got shit else for you guys. I'm pretty much just chilling until this weekend, in which I'm gonna probably start grinding and trying to get you guys more in depth of what I'm talking about because like I said, I've been slacking on these lives too. So but hey man, I appreciate you guys for showing up and showing love. If you guys liked the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also if you want to know more information, like I've said, I know I've said it multiple times, go ahead and hit that noti button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.